Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit, and it is for the Pastgen TV Championship. Introducing first, he hails from Paris Island, South Carolina, the challenger, weighing in tonight at 305 pounds, Sgt Slaughter. Sgt Slaughter, a true American patriot, a true American hero. It brings a tear to his eye, this inspirational entrance to the ring. And he's going to get his great opportunity here tonight to try and dethrone, to try and defeat the seemingly unstoppable champion Brock Lesnar. But Sarge, a little bit of a size and weight advantage, certainly an experience advantage, could very well take that belt off Brock Lesnar here tonight. His opponent, coming down the aisle, he hails from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and weighs in tonight at 287 pounds, and of course, he is the current reigning and defending Pastgen TV Champion, Brock Lesnar. Well, Brock Lesnar, ever since getting that belt back, since regaining that belt from the Macho Man Randy Savage, he has been on the warpath, he has been on a rampage. And of course, without Heyman at his side, being his guide, being his coach at ringside, he seems to have got more and more aggressive, more and more out of control, and Brock Lesnar perhaps at his most dangerous at the moment. But I'm sure Sgt Slaughter, with all these years of experience in the ring, some of the opponents he has faced, he will not be intimidated by Brock Lesnar as the bell rings and the two men set to square off here, engaging in a Roman Greco knuckle lock here. Who's going to come out on top in this exchange, as Sgt Slaughter seems to be getting the better of it, the slightly larger of the two, but look at that, Lesnar powering up. And a kick to the gut by Lesnar. Sarge goes down, and Lesnar, complete disrespect. Look at these heavy rights. Sends Sarge for the ride off the rope. Big time clothesline by Lesnar, nearly knocking the true American hero's head off. And Lesnar taunting. Lesnar getting overconfident there, but you shouldn't do that against a man with the experience level of Sgt Slaughter, former WWF champion, one of the all-time greats in this sport, and now choking Lesnar, punishing him for his cockiness and for his complacency. And a big time mistake from Lesnar. Sgt Slaughter seems to be capitalising at the moment. Nice block by Lesnar on the right hand, though, knocking Sarge down. Lesnar now going behind Sarge, and oh my goodness, Sarge dropped right on his head with that German suplex, and just like that, Lesnar, seemingly back in control, goes for the Irish whip, though. Nice reversal by Sarge and a big overhand right. Lesnar goes down, and look at this. Sgt Slaughter taunting Lesnar, bit of a taste of his own medicine. He'll give him a taste of somebody else's medicine soon. He doesn't know what's in that bottle, but a big clothesline by Lesnar once again. And now Lesnar really going for the ground and pound on the legend Sgt Slaughter. Of course, the time limit has been expanded ever since the two time limit draws between him and Randy Savage. The time limit for these television championship matches will now be 10 minutes, so not sure if the time limit will come into play. And Lesnar, look at this, firmly in control. Sgt Slaughter looks vulnerable on the ground, and the fans certainly not happy about this. Lesnar comes charging in and a big time clothesline, knocking Sarge down. Lesnar, seemingly too much for Sarge at the moment. Now sending Sarge into the corner once again. Lesnar comes charging in. Oh, look at the veteran getting the elbow up, knocking Lesnar's, ringing his bell there. Big right hand by Slaughter. And now Slaughter trying to gain a bit of momentum in this match. Another right hand, and Lesnar goes down like a sack of spuds. Now going to the top rope. Very, very uncharacteristic move for this man, but it paid off. Beautiful. Beautiful double axe handle right across the head of Lesnar. And now Sarge sends him into the corner, comes charging in, nice clothesline. Lesnar on jelly legs. Sweeps the legs, Russian leg sweep. And Sgt Slaughter causing Brock Lesnar all kinds of problems here. As Sarge now sends Lesnar for the ride off the ropes, picks him up, beautiful back body drop, well executed, great technique. We could be looking at a new champion here if Lesnar does not find a second gear. Sends him off the rope, beautiful power slam by Sgt Slaughter. And now look at this, he's going to look to finish this match. If he hits this on Lesnar, it's going to be over. The Cobra Clutch. Lesnar's lights fading out. And so too could be his time as champion. Lesnar may be out after that move. Sarge going for the cover. We've got a new champion, ladies and gentlemen, as the referee makes the count. But look at that. Unbelievable stuff. Lesnar somehow managing to get the shoulder up right at the last second. Unbelievable stuff. But Sarge still on offense here. What else has Sgt Slaughter got up his sleeves? The 10 punches in the corner. And Lesnar still looking very vulnerable here. Certainly not his finest performance. Sarge taunting to the crowd, but they're not going to help you win the match. He needs to come up with one more big move to try and finish Lesnar off. Maybe this is it. Picks Lesnar up. Look at this. Beautiful reversal by the champion, reversing that back suplex. Now sending Sarge for the ride off the ropes. Lesnar trying to gain something back in this match. Beautiful belly-to-belly suplex on the 300-plus pounder. And now Lesnar looking to finish Sarge off. Nails the big F5. Beautiful move. Not a big fan of Lesnar, but I've got to give him the credit he deserves there. They pulled the F5 off out of the blue, and now the referee making the count, and a great win. Lesnar retains his Pastgen television title. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner and still the Pastgen television champion, Brock Lesnar. Oh, this doesn't look good. Lesnar with a chair, and come on! Just as he did last week against the Hurricane. Lesnar not content with winning the match. Wanted to take out his opponent and nails Sgt Slaughter again with that steel chair right across the head. The blood is flowing now. We need somebody out here. This is getting out of control now. This is supposed to be a commission sport. This is not supposed to be an absolute free-for-all, and that's exactly what it is at the moment with the way Lesnar's behaving. Sgt Slaughter in trouble. Lesnar dropping him right on his head with that German suplex. And where are the security? Not doing the job once again, and Lesnar nails another F5 on Sgt Slaughter. The poor man came very, very close to defeating Brock Lesnar. Maybe Brock Lesnar embarrassed about that, but this is not the way to conduct yourself as a sportsman. Poor sportsmanship from Lesnar.